What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Ocular Max TFcon Toronto 2024 exclusive Eris Lunacyte from Toy Dojo and ages 3 and up. So this is the third version of this character, Eris, in her third iteration. We had Culture, their version of Tarn. Then we had Armadon, their version of Armada Galvatron. And now we've got the Galvatron version here. And I believe the mold is pretty much the same, with exception to the head and the gun. There's a little bit to do out of box, which is why I have it configured like this. I just wanted to show you what you need to do. So you go ahead and lift this up, bring this back down. You're going to take this panel and open this up. Same with this one. Bring this around, put this panel open. And then these will clip in. A little tab right here on the backpack. So you can get that to clip in and kind of solidify there. The other one. And then we can adjust her shoulders. So you're just going to push the shoulders up on this hinge. Give it that, broader shoulder look or taller shoulder look. And there you go. Now she's ready for action. Actually not ready for action because she needs her blaster. Got that nice translucent orange. It's got a gradient, so it's more red here. Lighter orange. Silver paint. Gunmetal paint. Looks good. So this will plug in right here. There's 2 slots and 2 tabs. So it does plug in securely. And now we have the completed look for Eris Lunacyte. And she looks pretty good. She's got quite a bit of paint on it and also some die cast. Let's go over that. So the face is painted in this dark gray, gunmetal for the mouth, and then metallic red for the eyes. White paint here, purple paint here, red paint here, red accent here on the abdomen, silver paint there, gray paint, or maybe this is a gray part with a purple paint, but either way that looks all painted. I think there's some silver paint here on the sides. On the side of the arms, you'll see there's silver and gray paints, accents kind of all over. On the legs, more gray. I think this is a piece of plastic, but either way, it looks good. Red paint on the shin and down here. And then the foot is die cast, painted gray with a little bit of white. So quite a bit of paint. The legs are die cast, I believe, from here down. Well, this is plastic, but this is die cast, and then this is die cast. And there's some die cast internally. I think this abdomen piece. So it does have a little bit of weight to it. It's good that the weight's down low so that she can balance. People had asked me about the ankles, because I know on the first copy there were some issues with maybe the ankle tolerances. This one seems okay. I mean, you do have to pose it. Like if you push down on her, yeah, you're gonna potentially get those ankles out of whack. But this tolerance seems okay to me. Seems like it's holding. She's holding her weight, so I don't have any issue. At least on my copy, seems like things are working. Let's go over her articulation. The head is on a hinge for the neck. It goes down to there, back to there, and then the head is on a ball joint, so you can get way down, way up, side to side, and a rotation. That works really well. Shoulders rotate around on this joint. If you go too far forward, you can bump this. So just go this way. That works. You have a butterfly joint, goes in and out, and you have this tilt out to the side on this hinge, and you have a little bit up and down here as well. So between the two, you can get her arm all the way up. We have a rotation at the elbow. There's a double jointed elbow. It's a little bit hidden, so I'll show you it over here. There's this elbow, which most people stop there, but there's actually an internal elbow right here. It's part of this tank tread, so don't forget about that. And then when we put it back down, just make sure you rotate it back down. You have a rotation at the wrist, in and out movement at the wrist. Goes all the way that way, all the way this way. Individually articulated fingers. They are a little spindly, but they work, especially for a female character like this. And it's 1, 2, 3 pins, and then the thumb is on a ball joint and has a pin. So nice posable hands there. Continuing down, we have a double ab crunch, so you have one right here at the top. And then you have one down here. So between the two, you can get her pretty crunched. And then back as well, she can go all the way back to there. So that's some nice articulation built in there. For the legs, it can kick forward all the way. I mean, pretty much the whole way. Back to there. It is on a outward hinge, so if you wanted to get it out, you could, but out to there. It is on friction, so just keep that in mind. You have a rotation here at the thigh around universal. There's a little clip right here. Not a clip, but a cover that covers up the inner thigh. If you rotate the leg back the other way, you can see it automatically goes back in. So just keep in mind you want to have that extended for the robot mode. Actually, I think both of them had collapsed in, so we'll get those back out. There we go. It helps if you just grab that little tab there. Right, but it should be configured like that. I probably should have mentioned that as the part of the things you have to do when you unbox. You have a single jointed knee, but it gets you the full bend all the way up to there, even though it's just a single hinge. This knee joint can bend, so you can make it forward and backwards. You can kind of get it on an angle, whatever you want, to make her look more like a Galvatron. You have an ankle tilt here, which I wish had a lock on it. The tolerance on this copy, like I said, is pretty good, but I can see how that could get irritating if that's moving and this is moving. You have ankle tilt out this way here. You have a foot tilt forward and backward. A rotation here at this ankle joint. The toe can bend so you can get a walking pose out of it. And the heel can come forward. For the accessories, we get an alternate face here, kind of a laughing face, which makes sense for a Galvatron character. You can pop the face off. I found that some of them are a little tighter, so you can just use a spudger, pop it off, and then you can see that nice metallic red for the eyes. So get this popped in. It just has a peg to hold it on. And there you go. There's the laughing, maniacal face. Looks really good. And for a quick size comparison, there she is next to the Magic Square version of Optimus Prime and the Fans Toys version of Galvatron. And I don't have any reformatted figures here to compare, but she does fit in with a Masterpiece scale. Alright, now let's get her transformed into tank mode. And it is pretty much the same transformation as the other two, with exception to this cannon. We're just going to set that aside for now. And we'll start with the arms here. So you can lift up this arm and come to the back. Actually, come to the back side here. We're going to open up this panel. We're going to rotate the arm so that this tab ends up lining up with here. This. Bring this up and tab that in, and then close that down. And that's what it should look like. Right, same on this side. Come to the back. We will open up this panel. Rotate it so that this lines up. Close this up and get that tabbed in. And then close that panel up. And there's our arms pretty much ready to go. Next we'll come to the back here. We can just get this separated out of our way. Can lift up the arms. Pull down on the chest. And bring these around to the other side. So out of the way. Rotate the head around 180 degrees. Come to the back here. We have the little panel here. This is going to come down for now. It's going to end up sitting on top of the head, but you can just leave that there. Like that. Next we'll come to the back. You're going to bend down at this joint. You can see it goes all the way like that. And then we can bring these down on these rotation joints here. And we'll open this all the way up so it ends up flat like that. So our legs are just going to be sticking straight in the air. We'll take these arms these are going to accordion up, and this joint should end up on top here. So I'll just show you how that looks. Bring this all the way up. There's a tab on the inside here that's going into the side of the arm, and then a tab here that's going into the side. So get both of those tabs in. Make sure the hand is straight. That's what it should look like. Same on this side. Bring this up all the way so that joint is up there. Tab it in, and tab it in up here. And for this piece here, this is just going to sit down on the top. And then the head, you can see the crest fits right in the middle there. They did change this so that it fits the new head. All right. Come back to the front here, we'll take care of this. So these are going to flip around. You can close up this panel right here. And the hand's going to end up in the middle there. So there's a tab on the inside and there's a tab on the top of this. And that's how this is going to attach. So make sure you get the inside tab and the top tab both in. That'll hold it pretty securely. All right. Same for this one. Open this up. Rotate this around. And make sure you get both tabs. And now we've got this. We can peg this together. And if you want, you can do Lady Galvatron Gerwalk mode. Like that, but all right, let's finish off the transformation. Now we'll take care of these legs. So we're going to rotate the waist 180 degrees. So it ends up facing backwards like this. We're going to close up these panels here. If they haven't closed on their own, just make sure they're closed all the way. Accordion down on these legs. We're going to straighten down the toe so it ends up on the other side. And we're going to rotate the knee so it comes all the way down. You can see there's a peg right here. It's going to tab into the back of the calf. So you get that lined up, and then this will make its way onto the back of the thigh. Get that tabbed in. And that's how it should be looking. Make sure you collapse it all the way down on this hinge. Right, same on this side. I'll come to the front here, and now we'll take care of the actual cannon. There's a tab on the back that is going to go into a slot on the purple part. And then these two tabs on the side are going to go into the side of the knees. So push this back in there, and then get this sandwiched in between here. Alright, and there's Eris Lunacyte in tank mode. And she looks pretty good. Got some details on here. We got the red and silver headlights, or whatever they are. Silver details, silver accents, gunmetal accents here, back here. Here's the top. That looks pretty cool. Looks like a little cockpit or whatever. It does have actual working tank treads. These are really well done. Same as the original, but it does roll on those nicely. We have a rotation here at the top, and that's basically using the waist joint. Now, occasionally there's a little bit of issue, so make sure you have this waist joint rotated. I think I forgot to show that during transformation, but you should have it rotated so that it's to the side. You can get it up and down a little bit as well, just due to the fact that it's a waist joint. And for quick size comparison, there it is next to the P10 Optimus Prime, since I don't have a version from this continuity. It is a little bit smaller of a tank, but in general, this line has been a little bit smaller, but there you go for sense of scale. So final recommendations on the Ocular Max TFcon Toronto 2024 exclusive Eris Lunacyte. I think it's pretty good. I'm going to recommend it. Give it a 4 out of 5. The robot mode has some really nice articulation overall. I do like the new cannon here, and the vehicle mode does look pretty good. Not quite a Galvatron, but it's a nice version of a tank. I do like the alternate face here, the yelling face. But it is time for this mold to be retired. I think they got 3 characters out of it. They're all really cool. But now I think they've reached the end of the use of this mold, unless they heavily retool it, right? They put a brand new backpack or, you know, new tread or something like that. I think it is time for them to move on from this, but it's been a pretty cool mold for, especially for TFcon exclusives. So that's really it for today. Thanks to Eddie from Toy Dojo. He is the one that made these available at TFcon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.